It's Thursday, November 14th, 1974. In a suburban kitchen outside Cincinnati, Ohio, a mother named Barbara stands at the stove. The evening news hums in the background, talking about inflation, the oil crisis, and rising grocery prices. A pound of ground beef costs 89 cents tonight, and it has to feed the whole family. Barbara opens a can of soup, grabs a sleeve of crackers, and begins preparing a dinner that millions of Americans would instantly recognize. But that many have almost forgotten today. The 1970s were a decade of practical cooking. Families learned how to stretch simple ingredients into filling meals that could feed everyone around the table. Ground beef became the foundation of countless weeknight dinners because it was affordable, versatile, and easy to prepare. Many of those dishes disappeared as fast food expanded and convenience meals took over. Yet for millions of Americans, they remain some of the most memorable comfort foods of childhood. Number 11 on this list was a neighborhood favorite, and number 1 may be the simplest meal of them all. Yet it helped countless families make it through difficult times. Here are 15 forgotten ground beef recipes from the 1970s we need to bring back. Number 15. The 70s Shipwreck Casserole. Shipwreck casserole looked exactly like its name suggested. Layers of ground beef, potatoes, onions, and rice were stacked in a baking dish and covered with tomato soup. After hours in the oven, everything blended into a hearty one-pan meal. It was inexpensive, filling, and perfect for busy families. Number 14. Porcupine meatballs. Uncooked rice was mixed directly into the ground beef before forming the meatballs. As they simmered, the rice expanded and poked through the surface, creating the appearance of tiny porcupine quills. The rice had also stretched the meat and gave the meatballs a surprisingly light texture. Number 13. The Campbell's Super Burger. Before bottled sloppy Joe sauces became common, many families made their own version. Ground beef, onions, and peppers were simmered with a can of cream of mushroom soup, creating a rich mixture served over toasted hamburger buns. It was quick, affordable, and satisfying. Number 12. Beef Mirabelle. Beef Mirabelle gave an elegant name to a very simple dinner. Ground beef was cooked with onions, sour cream, and Worcestershire sauce before being served over egg noodles. It delivered the comforting flavors of beef stroganoff at a fraction of the cost. Number 11. Fiesta Tamale Pie. Seasoned ground beef, beans, corn, and chili spices form the base of this popular casserole. A thick layer of cornbread batter baked on top, creating a crisp golden crust while soaking up the flavorful meat juices underneath. One dish fed the entire family. Number 10. Salisbury steak with onion gravy. Long before it became associated with frozen dinners, Salisbury steak was a homemade favorite. Ground beef patties mixed with breadcrumbs and egg were browned, and then simmered in rich onion gravy. It offered the feeling of a steak dinner without the expense. Number 9. Hamburger Cabbage Skillet. This humble skillet meal appeared on tables across industrial towns throughout the Midwest. Ground beef, cabbage, and onions cooked together until the cabbage became tender and absorbed the flavorful drippings. It was simple, inexpensive, and remarkably filling. Many people look back at 1970s cooking and see canned soups, casseroles, and simple ingredients. What they often miss is the creativity behind those meals. Families found ways to make every dollar count. Breadcrumbs, oats, rice, and inexpensive vegetables stretched meals without sacrificing comfort. Very little was wasted. If you enjoy exploring these forgotten pieces of everyday American history, subscribe to the channel and join us for more stories from kitchens, diners, farms, and family tables across the country. Number 8. The Retro Crescent Roll Ring. Refrigerated dough inspired countless recipes during the decade. This version wrapped seasoned ground beef and cheddar cheese inside crescent roll dough, arranged in a ring. It looked impressive but was surprisingly easy to make, making it a favorite at parties. Number 7. Beefaroni Handmade. Before canned versions became famous, homemade beefaroni was a dependable weeknight meal. Macaroni, ground beef, tomato sauce, and melted cheese combined in one pan to create a hearty dinner that pleased both parents and children. Number 6. Stuffed French bread. A loaf of French bread became the shell for a mixture of ground beef, onions, breadcrumbs, and cheese. Wrapped in foil and baked until hot throughout, it was an easy crowd pleaser for gatherings and game nights. Number 5. The 1970s. Meatloaf with evaporated milk. Many home cooks added evaporated milk to their meatloaf mixture because it helped create a moist texture that held together beautifully. Topped with ketchup and baked until golden, it often provided leftovers for sandwiches the next day. Number 4. Swedish meatball casserole. Inspired by classic Swedish meatballs, this casserole combined seasoned meatballs, egg noodles, beef broth, and sour cream sauce in a single baking dish. The oven transformed it into a rich and comforting family dinner. Number 3. California burgers. As health-conscious food trends spread during the late 1970s, some burgers became lighter and fresher. California burgers traded heavy toppings for lettuce, tomatoes, sprouts, and creamy avocado, creating a distinctly West Coast twist. Number 2. The one-pot cowboy dinner. This hearty skillet combined ground beef, bacon, baked beans, and barbecue sauce into one filling meal. Sweet, smoky, and inexpensive, it could feed an entire family with little effort and very few dishes to wash afterward. Number 1. Creamed ground beef on toast, SOS. By the middle of the decade, some dinners were less about indulgence and more about getting through the week. Creamed ground beef on toast was one of those meals. Ground beef was browned, thickened with flour, and combined with milk to create a rich white gravy, seasoned generously with black pepper. Poured over hot toast, it became a filling dinner made from ingredients already found in most kitchens. It wasn't glamorous, it wasn't elegant, but for countless families, it represented security. It was the meal prepared when money was tight, groceries were running low, and payday still felt far away. And perhaps that's why so many people still remember it. Because these recipes were never just about food. They were about stretching a budget, gathering around a table, and creating comfort from whatever was available. While these ground beef dinners helped define family life in the 1970s, another collection of food traditions was quietly being preserved in the rural South. Recipes built on memory, resilience, and generations of family history. Some of those forgotten Southern dishes are waiting for you in the next video on your screen. And that story begins right now.